The following program is an opinion program. The opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of this program are not the opinions of the management, staff, and advertisers of this station. Please direct all criticism, concern, and adulation to the hosts of this program.
Welcome to Alabama Politics This Week. I am Dale Jackson. I'm a radio talk show host. You can hear my shows all over the great state of Alabama from 5 to 9 a.m. on WVNN in Huntsville, and from 10 until 11 in Birmingham on Talk 99.5, and then again in Huntsville from 10 until 11 in the evening. Yes, that's right, 10 until 11 p.m. prime time. With me, as always, Mecca Musick. She is the CEO of 256today.com. Smart news for smart people. And Mecca, you've been out covering some pretty interesting stuff this week, which we're going to get into on Space Command.
Absolutely. I was able to talk to Senator Tuberville as well as Congressman Strong, so we'll have some updates there.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about it in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll get to all of that. Also, Mayor Tommy Battle will be here, the mayor of the city of Huntsville, and I've got a parting shot for you about political violence, and we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. But right now, let's go ahead and get to the 2-minute warning. All right, Mecca, there's a lot going on, and I know you've been thinking and talking about this all week. A lot of us have been talking about this for a very long time. Space Command, is it coming to Huntsville? Is it not coming to Huntsville? Is it coming tomorrow, next week, the first day of the Trump administration? Never. How long can this thing go on for, Mecca, and where are we at in the conversation?
Well, if you've talked to any of our federal leaders, they've laid out sort of the process of how this would happen. Obviously, the Secretary of the Air Force has to be seated first. Now, that could come this month, okay? Now, they have all been very careful to say this is his decision. This is the Air Force Secretary's decision. But they also point out, previously, the decision made by the Secretary of the Air Force has been Huntsville as the top choice. Yeah. So that would lead you to believe it would be Huntsville again. Now, I have heard that could come in April.
Okay, it needs to hurry up because it's been going on forever. I think we've covered this about 1,000 times on this program.
But it's because it's a big deal. We're talking about thousands. Congressman Strong, when I talked to him earlier this week, was talking about thousands and thousands of jobs, thousands of spinoff jobs.
Can I tell you that none of that matters?
Why does that not matter?
Let me tell you what really matters.
Please tell me, Dale.
This is the thing that matters most about this, and yes, the jobs do matter, obviously, but reputationally for Alabama, this stuff is very important because every time something comes, it becomes harder to take away. And that is something that I think is very important. And when we're having these conversations about bringing more jobs and more jobs here, you want to build your base as broad as you can with all the different things you got going on. Yes, government's good and all that stuff.
Right.
But when you base Space Command here, then with that comes all the people that chase those Space Command dollars. They want to be here as well in the private industry. All these things matter. It brings people in who are going to live in the community. It does all these different things. There's like 1,000 different pieces here. If this does not happen, there's going to be a lot of criticism of our elected officials. A lot of it. I think it's going to happen.
I'm curious to talk to Mayor Battle about this because I might disagree with you on that.
Okay, well, if it doesn't come in, it's not the... Okay, all right, we'll have that conversation in just a second. Right now, though, let's talk about tax cuts. So we had a little discussion about this in the past. I spoke with Anthony Daniels this week. He is the individual, oddly enough, the Democrat, the Alabama House Minority Leader, who offered up the overtime tax cut. And I said when all of this started, it'd be insane that we do not extend this thing. But Montgomery Games got involved, and now we're having different conversations about other kinds of tax cuts. Now, the narrative will be we're going to spread it out. More people would benefit from the food tax. But I will remind you, the food tax cut had already passed. That was going to happen anyway once the economy started moving in the right direction. Now what legislators did is it appears they're going to let the overtime tax cut expire, and then they're going to double dip and get credit for the sales tax removal twice. Mecca, Daniels lost this battle, and I'm shocked by
I don't
that.
appreciate that. I don't, but he's being very vocal about what a bad deal this is.
He is right on every front. He had done the right thing. It was more successful than it was. He still lost. I mean, that's just the way it is. You can get in a ring and punch it out with somebody and win on points and get knocked out in the last round. And that's exactly what happened here. He is right.
Okay.
100%. The only thing I disagree
And
with
he is being very vocal about this. Like, this is a bad deal. This is not the same.
Anthony Daniels has been exactly correct on this, except for one thing. He said, if this doesn't pass, there's going to be a penalty for the people who don't pass it. I don't think there's going to be any penalty, because what they're going to do is they're going to do exactly what I just did. They're going to say, yeah, overtime tax cut was great, but what we did is we gave it to more people with the food tax, and then I'll be standing by and going, yeah, but that passed already. But it's not going to matter, because they're going to be able to say to these people, yes, look at all these tax cuts we did, and they'll say, they'll add the dollars up. But one of them they did twice. It's actually brilliant politics, because the money stays in Montgomery, and it's not cost the state this much money for a tax cut, but they get credit for two.
So it will expire on June 30th if it does not pass.
Oh, it will expire. It's not.
Okay, just to point that out. Well, then more people should be listening to Dale Jackson. I guess that's what we're saying.
I guess that's the moral of the story there. All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about town halls here for a second, although they're not actually town halls. You know, on my radio show, I often fight with people and yell at them and scream at them.
And on Twitter and many other places.
I've changed my game on Twitter a little bit. Follow me at the Dale Jackson on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. But the point is, I can't be surprised when I ask people, hey, will you come on my show? And they go, no, I'm not coming on that show. I shouldn't be surprised by that. And this is the equivalent of that. You have a bunch of protesters standing outside in the cold and the rain and the wind with misspelled signs and all sorts of other things, calling their various congressmen cowards and all these other things. And it doesn't really work, especially when they can look and see that they got elected by a pretty large margin. And these people are screaming about Donald Trump still and Elon Musk. These are not the constituency of these congressmen, except for the fact they live in the district. It's not really the people who voted for them, because the people that voted for them, they're always like, oh, the Trump people have had enough. No, I listen to the Trump people all the time. If anything, the Trump people are giving too much leeway to Trump. It's not the other way around. How long is this going to go on for?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to shift a little bit because I think you missed a point, though. They might have not voted for the congressman. Their congressman still represents their district, and their office is still open to those comments. What you want to tell them, that does go to the congressman.
But I want to yell and be on MSNBC. That's what I want someone to see me.
But
I'm
saying you can contact your congressional office, and they will take your comment. And if you have a problem, they have caseworkers. They will work on things. I mean, it does work. And I would like to point out that Congressman Strong has never held a town hall like this format that they're asking for. It's not something that he's hiding from.
Congressman Palmer did, though. Okay. He held one the last time they were doing this. So I want to scream at my congressman thing. And he did that, and it's exactly what you would expect to happen. At this point, and I'm speaking to any member of Congress who's watching this, and I know a lot of you are, if you hold a town hall, you're a moron. I mean, there really is no other way there's no other way to say it.
Well, did you see the one where the Democrats were getting yelled at, too, when they held their town hall?
What did I just say?
Okay, yes.
I mean, if you do it, you're a moron. You have all these Republicans across the country who are holding these town halls, and they're like, hi, I'm Congressman. Boo, boo. It's just, there's no reason. All they're trying to do is yell at you, and there's no reason for it. And
But you can still express your concerns to Congress, whether you agree with them or not.
God bless the local media for covering the story the way they are. It's the same thing every day. These people want a town hall. 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 And then the end result, it's never going to happen. And I told them not to get a town hall, so I win. There you go. That's how it all works. All right, moving on. Let's talk about people moving into Alabama. You know, when they took the big rocket down on the interstate on 65 heading into Tennessee or into Alabama, depending on which way you're going, there was a lot of talk about what they would put up in its place. They said it's going to be a rocket or something eventually. Wrong answer. It needs to be a picture of me or a statue of me holding up a sign that says, sorry, we're full. And telling people that they need to go back the other way, because we've had enough. We do not need more people coming here, but that's my desire. It doesn't matter. They're coming.
Yeah, that's a terrible take.
That's a
if
great
you're not
take.
growing, you're dying, right?
Well, I think we should hit the pause button.
Oh,
I'm already here and I like it, so I don't want any more.
Don't be that person. Don't be that person. Alabama is a great place.
Well, the question says, is Alabama full?
No, it's not full.
We're not full.
I didn't even notice that in the topics. That's terrible.
Okay, so what's the story here? People are moving to the state, and look, you can look at a congressional redistricting that's expected in 2030. California loses like 3. New York loses 2. Illinois loses a bunch. And they go to places like Indiana and Texas and Florida and all these other places.
And Alabama.
No, Alabama is not moving in the direction where they're going to pick up another congressional seat.
That would be nice.
But we thought we were going to lose one this last time, but that's not going to happen. The point is, if you're in a blue state, stay there. Stay there.
Okay, that's That's not the point.
Okay,
the point is, and it looked at where people were moving. Obviously, Huntsville.
Yes.
I think it was 13,000 new residents from the data. And it might be more. We'll confirm that with
They're
the
coming every
expert
day.
in a minute. Exactly. But that's not the only areas growing in Huntsville. Obviously, in Alabama, but Huntsville's obviously far and away gaining the most residents. And that does, more traffic, more people. I get that. But all these things we love, Orion, minor league sports, things like that, that is because there are people here.
Now, I was an outsider who came in.
Yes.
Okay, so I acknowledge that that's going to continue. But the one thing Alabama needs to think about is all the growth is still located in two places. I mean, it's still in two places. It's North Alabama and it's South Alabama. I'm not saying Birmingham is withering away. It's starting to actually grow a little bit as well. But a majority of the growth is
Not
going
the same. It's not the same
right.
proportion.
It's in two places. That's the problem Alabama has. That the legislature, I think they need to change their incentive structure. And Mayor Battle's probably not going to like this, but they probably need to change their incentive structure to where it gets it out of those two locations. Now, the business want to come here for a reason, obviously.
Right.
But I think there's some issues that maybe we could address on that.
Oh, you can pitch it to.
I'm sure Mayor Battle's going to be like, yes, less incentives for Huntsville. I'm sure that's going to be exactly what he says. Mayor Tommy Battle will be with us here in just a quick second. You're watching and listening to Alabama Politics This Week.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus, live, local, and always on.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
Every year in Alabama, we miss out on between $65 and $90 million in tax revenue by not legalizing sports betting here in our state. Money that can be used to improve our roads and bridges, or elevate our school systems and support our first responders. Contact your legislator to ensure sports betting is legalized in Alabama. Learn more at betonalabama.com.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Here's an important message from the U.S. Med Diabetes Solution Center. If you have diabetes, you know the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce your pain right away. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you use insulin daily, you might be eligible to get your own continuous glucose monitor. Call the U.S. Med Diabetes Solution Center to learn about this groundbreaking new CGM technology. If you have Medicare or private insurance, call to see if you qualify for a CGM at little or no cost. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurance company for you. U.S. Med is the #1 rated supplier on Google and Facebook reviews. So call us right now to see if you qualify for a CGM at little or no cost.
What if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell telephone required. The CareWatch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your CareWatch for free. The CareWatch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your CareWatch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your CareWatch right now. Operators are standing by.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Get the latest scoop on Bama straight from the coach's mouth. Stream the Kalen DeBoer Show anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics This Week. I am Dale Jackson. With me, as always, Mecca Musick.
And today we have Huntsville Mayor Tommy Battle joining us today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for the invitation.
Now, you might have heard us talking. There's been a little bit of rumblings about Space Command. What are you hearing, Mayor Battle?
The same thing y'all were reporting. I mean, everybody's still in for Space Command. If we get Space Command, great. Does it matter? Is it so crucial that, Huntsville will live and die on it? No, we don't live and die on that sword. But it is something I think is important to the country. We had 2 competitions on Space Command. Those 2 competitions showed that Huntsville was the best place for Space Command to be located. And in fact, the place it was located came in number 5 and number 6 in both competitions. And the competitions were done for long term. What's the best thing for this country? Where's the best place for Space Command to locate for this country for long term, for the next 10, 20, 30 years? And who fits best with that? And so I think that we obviously fit very well with it, with NASA, with Space and Missile Defense, with Missile Defense Agency, with Foreign Military Sales, all the things that we have sitting here. There's a synergy there with Space Command, and the reason I would really want it is because it's the best thing for the United States of America, not because it just adds jobs to the Huntsville area. We'll live with or without them, but if it's the best thing for the United States, we want to bring it here.
Something that Senator Tuberville mentioned this morning when I spoke with him, he had been touring the arsenal, was that they are getting organized. They are prepared. Huntsville is prepared.
Sure.
Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah. We are famous for doing Plan Bs. Plan A is what we know is actually going to happen. Plan B is what we think may happen, and we want to be ready for Plan Bs.
So, Mayor Battle, I know you're part of the Big Ten mayors, or as I call them, the mayor cartel. You guys get together and you guys talk a lot. This is more important than just a Huntsville. I mean, I said earlier that this impacts more than just Huntsville, all over the state. Yeah. And whether you're talking to Dothan's mayor or Birmingham's mayor, what do they say about this?
They're all excited. Every one of them, we kind of get in our own microcosm sitting here. We worry about Space Command. We worry about AI. We worry about cyber. We worry about all the high-tech things that we work with, about advanced manufacturing, what it does for what we're doing for Mazda, Toyota, et cetera, et cetera. And they're each worried about their own areas. The bleed over from Space Command is that there will be numerous companies which are contractors for Space Command, which won't be just located here. They'll be located in Troy. They'll be located in Mobile. They'll be located in Montgomery at the Air Force.
They'll partner with universities. They'll do all sorts. Right?
Yeah. So there's a big push on that that would benefit the whole state.
When you're talking to the cartel, do they ever? It makes them sound awesome. When you're talking to those guys, do they ever? We mentioned before Mobile and Huntsville area, North and South Alabama. Do the other mayors ever say, okay, enough? What about us? Do they ever feel that way?
Are they jealous?
We don't get it from talking to individually. Every one of those places has something good going for them. The 2 places that are really growing would be Huntsville and then Baldwin County. Mobile has Austal and has Airbus, and that's keeping them going. Birmingham, of course, has UAB, and that's keeping them going. That's their driver there. Montgomery has the Air Force Aviation Base, and then the state capitol which you get legislatures with too. But that keeps them growing. So, each area has something that drives them and drives their economy. When we sit down with each of them, everybody's proud of their area.
Now, let me ask you a little bit about growth. I am going to unfortunately quote Dale. Is Alabama full?
No, no, Alabama is not full. Yeah, I mean, gosh, you go down south of Montgomery to some of the Black Belt area, and I mean, there's no population down there. We could put a 500 employee company down there and wouldn't have enough employees to fill those 500 jobs, or at least qualified employees. So, I don't think you can say that Alabama's full. You can't say Huntsville. We're somewhat more targeted in what we're doing because of our wage scale and because of what we've been able to do. We're a little bit more targeted than some of the other areas. Mobile has Austal and is building destroyers and ships and then putting together planes. They're doing a lot of things on both sides that work very well. And of course, as I was saying, Birmingham has the medical side too. So
let me ask you this question. Give me a number between 1 and 10, how worried you are about DOGE. 10 being like mostly super worried about it. Obviously,
I'd say 2.
You're a 2?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of surprising because of how much we've been talking about it nationally and locally.
That's the problem. Everybody's talking about it, but it's like echo chambers. We had a New York Times reporter call and say, "What are you hearing about all these jobs that you're losing, et cetera, et cetera?" And I said, "We're not hearing that. I mean, we sit down with our folks and said, have you gotten anything in writing from any of these people that you think that you're going to lose money from? No. Have you had any contact with anybody in upper level management who say you're losing this, and this?" And no, the answer is no. One of the places is we got to come back to realism in this thing. And there's a lot of echo chambers that are running around saying, "Oh, everybody's losing a job, everybody's losing this, everybody's losing that." Until we have facts, I'm not going to act on them. And I think that we've got way too many people, especially on the national scene, out of Washington, out of New York City, who want to jump on every little innuendo that they have, but they have no actual proof.
The elite media bubble wants that story from you. You're in a red district in a red state, and you're going to lose a bunch of jobs. That's what they want. And if you saying 2, I haven't been worried about it at all, to be honest with you.
Well, I told the reporter the same thing I just told you, and I got one line out of it. Mayor Battle's watching.
And the funny thing is, had you said, "I'm very worried about it," that would have been the story.
That would have been the
Huntsville's
story.
mayor terrified of DOGE cuts. Mayor Tommy Battle, thank you very much. We appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today. Mecca Music's on our way out as well, so the show gets so much better. Stay tuned. I've got a parting shot for you right here on Alabama Politics This Week.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Get the latest scoop on Bama straight from the coach's mouth. Stream the Kalen DeBoer Show anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Every year in Alabama, we miss out on between $65 and $90 million in tax revenue by not legalizing sports betting here in our state. Money that can be used to improve our roads and bridges, or elevate our school systems and support our first responders. Contact your legislator to ensure sports betting is legalized in Alabama. Learn more at betonalabama.com.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
what if this happened to you when you're alone? Or what if it happened here? With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now. Operators are standing by.
Here's an important message from the U.S. Med Diabetes Solution Center. If you have diabetes, you know the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce your pain right away. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you use insulin daily, you might be eligible to get your own continuous glucose monitor. Call the U.S. Med Diabetes Solution Center to learn about this groundbreaking new CGM technology. If you have Medicare or private insurance, call to see if you qualify for a CGM at little or no cost. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurance company for you. U.S. Med is the #1 rated supplier on Google and Facebook reviews. So call us right now to see if you qualify for a CGM at little or no cost.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics. This week, I'm Dale Jackson. About to jump into the parting shot about all this political terrorism, basically, that you've seen over the last couple of weeks, and it's really starting to ramp up. But before we get into that, let me remind you, head on over to yellowhammernews.com, sign up for my email blast, the 7 things you should be talking about today, and every single morning, Monday through Friday, I will send you an email telling you the 7 things you should be talking about that day. It goes right to your email inbox, yellowhammernews.com. Right now, though, let's go ahead and get to the parting shot. My parting shot this week is directed at everyone who's even thought about potentially walking up to a Tesla, a Cybertruck, or a dealership anywhere in America and said, maybe I should do something to that car. We saw an individual digging in his backside and wiping stuff on the truck. We've seen keying of swastikas and other things. We've seen fire bombings and the shooting of vehicles as well. Someone is going to die. It is going to happen. And it is incredibly unnecessary. Now, to those on the left who seem to be kind of reticent about calling this out and saying this stuff needs to stop, remember, you spent a whole bunch of time rightly calling out the right for January 6th. In that moment of political violence, it was a riot. It was not an insurrection, but you were correct when you said it was unacceptable. This is unacceptable as well. All you've done here is make yourself look like hypocrites. And yes, you could flip that around very easily on the people who did not call out January 6th as well. The point is this: it's wrong, and it shouldn't be happening, and it should not be hard, and it should not need a calculation to figure out how you're going to respond to it. If you're screaming at people because of the car they drive, or you're mad at a dealership because of the political opinions to the point where you're being violent or destructive, there's something wrong with you. Think about that and stop being that way. And that goes for both sides. Let's both sides this whole thing. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching and listening to Alabama Politics this week. We will be back next week. Thank you very much for being here, watching and listening all over the great state of Alabama.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.